Hello and welcome to today's news on Vanguard Live. My name is Precious Chukudi and I have with me my co-host
Untitled Chapter.
Alright, how are you this morning?
I'm very well.
I can see you look well. I'm very well too.
But always look well.
Yeah, this whole traffic thing, when I keep talking about it, like I'm just sounding like, a siren because it's just too much. It keeps increasing. I don't know if we can talk about the whole construction thing that is still going on the roads, because already we're walking into the festive period, and we need these roads are going to be plied, and so it's one of the issues that people are still talking about.
And of course, insecurity is also building around those areas where traffic
yes,
is currently happening, and it's funny enough, it's happening almost everywhere in Lagos. Almost every point, everywhere you're going to the island and the mainland, traffic is everywhere. So there's nowhere for you to say, I just want to touch and all that. So at the end of the day, you just get home in siren and all that. So sometimes if you see people, Nigerians happy or Lagosians happy, I think that moment you should appreciate them for being happy despite what they're facing.
And I think that's one of the reasons why most people do not like to stay in Lagos, because they're like, Lagos people, they are so open to being stressed.
Exactly.
Because we spend literally all of our time in traffic. Like if you calculate all the times you spend, going out, like you want to go somewhere that it shouldn't take you about 20-30 minutes, you spend like 3 to 4 hours, and you 3 to 4 hours going, 3 to 4 hours coming back. That's a good number of your half of your 20, most like a quarter of your 24 hours.
There was a time we talked about it that we really need to question, Nigeria, Lagosians, then those in the corridor should check their mental health, their physical health now. But I think it's not only them now. We need to check Lagosians generally because it's really it's stressful.
All right, let's just move straight to the front pages of the papers, and we're starting off with Vanguard. The main headline says, military overwhelmed by security challenges, says governors. The writer says, more Nigerians would get arms for self-defense if government fails to mop up arms. Jenai says, Pope Francis condemns Zambari killings, praise for Nigeria. Buhari has agreed to address Rep. Bajabi Amila says, also, survivors of Borno massacre recounts tales of horror. You can see that on page 4. Photo story of a fuel tanker explosion at Makbora along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway early yesterday morning. And on page 20, women well prepared for digital revolution. EMB Wankwo, Wimby's Exco chairperson, saying that. And stories above, AMOTEKUN operatives arrest suspected killers of ONDO, MONARCH, OLUFON, and 15 others. You can see that story on page 4. Still on page 19, Zenith Bank wins Bank of the Year in 2020 Bankers Award. And on page 10, 15 years rift. I have no fight to warrant reconciliation with Adams. Obasanjo is saying that one. On page 13, defection war. UMMAHI sends AYIM'S KINSMEN parking. On page 6, Senate passes 2020 Finance Bill for first, second reading same day. You can see that on page 6. On page 8, firm drags son to LPPC, NBA over alleged misrepresentation. SAN denies allegation, demands 115 million naira legal fees. And that's all we can take on the front page of the Vanguard. We move straight to the Punch newspaper.
And on the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have Boko Haram insurgency, retired generals, NEF, others warn against hiring mercenaries. Nobody will fight insurgents for us. Mercenaries hired in the past fled. That's coming from XGOC. Also, Norton Elder says calls for mercenaries a fatal indictment on the military. And Boko Haram attacks sponsored by international community to destabilize Nigeria, and that's coming from the army, and you can see that story on page 2 and also on page 4. And on the front page we have a photo story of the tanker that exploded on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, and also photo stories of commuters and motorists stranded after. Also on pages 4 and 5, we have AMOTEKUN said here that we've arrested suspected killers of ONDO Monarch. Emir of Kano visits Oni, seeks youth empowerment. And you can see that on page 4. 6 cultists nabbed while fighting over gun deal. You can see that on page 5. Gunmen kill assistant police commissioner visiting family in Cross River. Kidnappers collect 100 million naira in Kwara to free Ekiti Chinese workers. Abiodun present 339 billion budgets to Ogun Assembly. You can see that on page 16. Now the stories above the nameplates. On page 14, Senate says National Assembly lacks power to produce new constitution. Also, federal government raises panel to renegotiate 1999 agreement with ASU and others. And lastly, on the front page of the Punch newspaper, we have a military can't cope with Nigeria's security challenges, and that's coming from the governors. And you can see that on page 8.
And still, we're moving straight to the Nation newspaper, and the main headline says, Governors fear spread of insurgencies to other regions. The writer says, Sultan, no place is safe in Nigeria now. Buhari to honor house mutation. Bandit kills 4 in attack on markets. And stories above we have on page 8, 774,000 jobs failed to take off again. Funding, logistics to blame. On page 8, hashtag NSAS, police ask court to stop judicial panels. This is a very interesting story. And the Bankers Award, Zenith Pictures Bank of the Year, you can see that on page 26. On page 2, police impound 2 billion vans moving cash. And stories beneath, we have COVID-19 vaccine for rollout in UK. Killings of Borno farmers cruel, says UN envoy, and that's all we can take on the front pages of the Nation and all the front pages of the papers. We're moving into the newspaper analysis segment where we're going to be joined by guests via Zoom. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. Alright, welcome back. If you're just joining us still today in the news on Vanguard Live, my name is Precious Chukudi and I have with my co-host and you're welcome to the newspaper analysis segment. And we're joined in by our guest via Zoom is in the person of Mr. Oludari Mayowa. He is a financial journalist, author and activist, formerly business editor at the Old Daily Times and Business Times. Good morning, sir. It's good to have you join us.
Good morning. How are you today?
Very well. And you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, let's just move straight to the front pages of the papers this morning. And it's the fact that, the Nigerian Governors Forum has said that the military has been completely overwhelmed by security challenges currently facing the country. Looking at the level of insecurity that we've been battling with in the country so far, even up till now, do you agree with the Nigerians Governors Forum on that?
Thank you very much. I think the evidence is very clear to across the nation, northeast, the north central, the southwest, the southeast, the south south. You can see the evidence of insecurity growing daily. And the killing of the 43 or 94, whichever people want to believe now, at the village is another evidence that the Boko Haram are still alive, kicking, and very strong, and very potent. In spite of the investment in the by the government, we are still seeing this fight. We are still fighting. Now, Air Force, the military, and the rest. Yet each time we keep seeing attacked by the Boko Haram. I think the military seem to be overwhelmed. Either they are understaffed, they don't have enough men to cope with the situation, or they don't have enough equipment to combat the insurgents, or something is wrong somewhere. Now, I agree totally with the government's law.
All right, the question on every Nigerian's mind is how long are we going to, continue to condemn this act of terrorism without any concerted efforts to end it? Because it seems like it's something that we've been battling for a long time coming, and we keep hearing, the military is doing something about it. But the numbers that we see that die, it's like what is the worth of a Nigerian's life really? So how long are we going to continue, battling with this act of terrorism?
It's as long as it seems that's going to be with us for a long time to come now, because one, the federal government seems to be helpless to confront the situation. We have kept the service chief have been due for retirement for over 2 years now. The president insisted in keeping them, and many people have called for the change of the service chief. The change of service chief is not an indictment on them. What people are saying that the present corps of service chiefs have done their best, and their best seems to be enough again. We need to inject new blood into the battle. We need to bring forth more dynamism to fighting Boko Haram. Boko Haram is not a conventional war. It's like a guerrilla battle, because there is no war front to confront them. So government need to enlist support from international community, from our neighbors country, from Niger, from Chad, from every country that have border with us, that these people are affected. And government need to do more, particularly on the economic side, because when you look at most people they recruit for Boko Haram militia, they are unemployed youths. And the more there's economic hardship in the country, the more we going to have criminalities, turning to insurgent, turning to banditry, turning to kidnapping, and all the rest. So government need to fight the battle from all fronts, both economic front and the war front too. So without that, if government is not prepared to do that, then we're going to have it for a very long time with us.
You just spoke about the service chiefs now, and one of the things that Malam Garba Shehu mentioned was that as far as the president is still has not seen a problem with the performance of the service chiefs, they are going to continue to remain in office. And this has been a long battle talk for a long time coming, with Nigerians asking that they should be removed because they need fresh hands. But if the president is basically not seeing a problem with what's going on, then where does that leave Nigerians?
No, it's the battle is like a football. Many people watch football. You have a coach on the sideline, and you have the players on the field. The coach should watch the player how they play, and he will be able to detect those who are not performing optimally, and remove them one by one and replace them. And our president is like a coach in this matter, is a commander-in-chief, and he has the prerogative to retain or to remove. If he's not seeing what everybody is seeing, that means the president is satisfied with the decision of things in the country. That was what it translated to. And until the president is able to be convinced that he had to do something drastic, he had to change the dynamics of the battle, then we continue to have the war against insurgency in the country. As long as we have not combated banditry, kidnapping is rising, and you can imagine what happened during the SARS crisis. They haven't told the whole nation that they are understaffed. They have to deploy people in the college to Lagos. So it means the soldiers are overwhelmed. And don't forget too that the policy of government in rehabilitating the so-called repentant Boko Haram is a counterproductive measure. You don't the Boko Haram people are not fighting war for finance. They are fighting a fundamentalist war, and it's an identical war. So the more you rehabilitate to the society, the more they help the Boko Haram battle, because those who are rehabilitated today are the ones that are giving their people intel to fight the nation. So why should government? So government has to change its status, has to change its policy concerning this battle.
Okay, let's talk a little about AMOTEKUN and Southwest. And of course, stakeholders in the Southwest region recently expressed their concern over the rising cases of insecurity in the region, despite the inauguration of the security outfit AMOTEKUN. But it was recently reported that the security outfit arrested 15 suspected criminals in different flashpoints across the states, and also arrested the suspected killers of the monarch that was killed. Now, this progress so far with AMOTEKUN, what do you think about this? Do you think they are proving the stakeholders wrong, that they are actually doing something?
No, I think the AMOTEKUN angle to it is a welcome development. In any federation, in any presidential system of government, we borrowed our presidential system from America. In America, each state has control over its internal security. Internal security is the responsibility of each state, or even if each local government. We have counties in those countries, and they deploy their security because these are people that live within this community, and they understand the community, they understand the terrain, and they have intelligence from the people. And people have confidence in them. So, the sources for AMOTEKUN is a clear evidence that Nigeria need to restructure to have a state police. But when we are talking about community police, this effect you can have. If you have deployed community policing, you can look at the battle with the Boko Haram in the time past, where we have the civilian JTF. Because these people know the terrain, they understand the people, they know the psychology of the people, so they are able to be effective in fighting the battle. So we need to deploy people within this society, within the community, to gather intelligence to fight the battle, and that's what AMOTEKUN is doing now. And I want to employ the governors to rise beyond helplessness, because they seem to be helpless in this situation, to devise their own means to secure their people, because by and large they are very responsible for the security in their own locality, and the government should rise up, and it could. The Constitution allow them to have a vigilante, the neighborhood watch, and the rest. And that's what AMOTEKUN is all about. They need to begin to develop that tactics to arrest the security in the country. And I commend the Ondo State government for the AMOTEKUN effort.
Okay, so we are talking about security itself in Nigeria. And of course, every part of the nation, Nigerians have always been complaining for the past, few years that they can't really sleep with their two eyes closed because of the security issues in the country. And talking about the Southwest and this AMOTEKUN now, with this progress so far, some Nigerians have been expressing on social media that with this it seems that they can do well. That they need good tactics from them, and not just good strategies and also the tactics. So what other strategies and tactics do you think the AMOTEKUN group can actually make use of, in order to succeed with the outfit that they are currently doing?
Yeah, my recommendation for the governors on AMOTEKUN and the other outfits, security internal security outfits, is that number one, we're recruiting people for AMOTEKUN. They should not politicize it. They should recruit competent people who are fit, who are proper, who are within the locality. These are the people they should employ. They should not politicize. Once they politicize it, they will destroy the noble objective behind it. They should recruit them. But they need equipment, they need guns, they need boat, they need a vehicle to patrol, they need other facilities. If they are well equipped, and payment of salary is key. All the problem we have with security in Nigeria today, especially the police, that police are being underpaid, and therefore they look for that means to survive. And they undermine, in the process, they undermine the security of the nation. So the state government should learn from this and pay the people they are recruiting to AMOTEKUN and equip them and motivate them in all manner and train them efficiently. And with this, they'll be able to go into the community and gather intelligence, because fighting security requires intelligence. The criminals live within us, they live among us, and people know them. And until people start telling, giving intelligence information about them, and that is why we need people within the locality to involve in fighting criminality. So government should need to equip them, to pay them well, and to provide necessary motivation for them and training.
All right, let's move on and talk about the constitution. And Nigerians have been asking for a new constitution for the country, and the Senate is saying that they cannot, that the National Assembly do not have the powers to provide a new constitution. What are your thoughts on this?
Yes, National Assembly cannot produce a new constitution, but one, they were there as a politician, they were elected as a politician. So what they can do is just do amendment one here and there, and amendment of the constitution equally require the participation of the state state assemblies, which have to have concurrent approval for the amendment. What we talk about new constitution, we can imagine, for example, Senate said enacting a constitution that said they should dissolve the Senate or the National Assembly. They have vested interest in the political or the politics of the country, so they will not do anything that will undermine their position. They are the beneficiary of the present situation, so you don't see them undermining their position by producing a constitution that will make them irrelevant in the system. So we need a comprehensive look at the constitution, which involve the agenda for restructuring and devolution of power to the local government, to the state, and other segments of the society. So I agree that as it is considered today, the National Assembly is not capable to give Nigerian a new constitution. What we need is to set up probably a constitutional conference that will produce a document that is agreed to every regional nationality in the country.
All right, according to Agege, he mentioned that the constitution can only be amended. Now, how can Nigerians be, a part of, the amended constitution? How do they, air their views to let the government know exactly what they think should be in the constitution?
I think what Nigerians should do and the nationalities should do is to send their own recommendation to their representative in their National Assembly. How can we influence it? We can influence through our representative. All of us have a Senate who represent our district. We have our House of Rep member who represent our district. In the National Assembly, we should pass our recommendation to them, and we should follow them. They carry out a town hall meeting, and they carry out a public hearing on some of this section too. People should effectively participate in all of this and make their recommendation known to these people, and push and lobby the National Assembly to make sure that some of these things are passed. But the most important thing that without the civil participation in the constitutional amendment, we just ended up in the same document that is not implementable.
Okay, let's talk about Governor David Umahi. So of course, barely 2 weeks after the Kinsmen of former Governor Sam was sacked from the administration of Governor David Umahi, another set of appointees from former Senator AYIM'S local government area of Ivo were relieved of their appointments. And now this is also, coming barely after some weeks where, the former Senate President and Secretary to the government of the Federation, that's AYIM, took a swipe at the governor. Do you think, this sacking of these appointees was actually a reaction to this, from Governor Umahi?
I think there's a background to everything that happens in Ebonyi State. Don't forget that if you can recall, Ebonyi State governor has only been suspended to be a member of APC indirectly. He has never criticized the president. He has support of the president. And don't forget too that we are gradually approaching the politics of 2023, and there have been accusations from the part of this country, that is southeast part of this country, for a person from that section to become Nigerian president. And politics is local. Definitely, before you can participate in any of such ambition, you have to belong to the group or political party. And today, APC is the ruling party. APC seems to be the most viable political party in the country today. And if a state government has an ambition to become president or to push the agenda defender of the Southeast. Definitely, he choose to cross over to APC. And actually, one thing that lead to this, probably he had made us to believe that he had an agreement with some of the stakeholders, the PDP in the Ebonyi State, just like Pius Ayim and the former governor of the state, and to move MONARCH to APC. Along the line, probably those people develop cold feet and they step back. And the governor was not pleased with that decision, probably a betrayal or whatever. And the only way he can hit back at them is to remove their loyalists from his government, and which is a political decision, and which I believe a reaction to what is currently going on in that place. I think they will sort themselves. A politician have a way of sorting themselves out.
Okay, in an open letter to the president, Muhammad Buhari, Anim Pius Ayim, he described Governor UMMAHI as a leader on that course, and he also said that he accused him of coming after his life and other prominent leaders of the states. We've had many people reacting to this on social media, and also people talking about it. Now, I'd like to get your reaction to that statement in describing the governor and as someone on the course.
Politicians are playing games with people. They are all the same. APC, PDP, name them. They belong to the same capital. That's why they can move easily from one party to the other. They will sort themselves out. It is political disagreement today, and they are raising dust and causing seeking the sympathy of the people. Along the line, when interests align, they will sort themselves out. I don't think Nigerians should bother themselves or worry themselves about what's going on in the Ebonyi State. Politicians are politicians. They are of the same stock. Their interest is the most permanent thing. They say, interest is the permanent thing, no permanent friend. You can see somebody APC today abusing the president. APC today abusing the president. Tomorrow, they cross over to APC, becomes the friend of the president. What brings them together is interest, and once they align with interest, everything that they fizzle out. So Ayim, UMMAHI, and the rest, they sort themselves out. Their position, they are focusing on their interest, and once their interest collide, they fight. Once their interests align, they become friends. So we should not worry ourselves over them.
Okay, let's talk about the most celebrated holiday around the world, and that's Christmas, and also the Easter season, which is coming on the 21st, which will be entering on the 21st. Now, talking about the Director General of the Nigerian Center for the Disease Control, that's Dr. Chukwu Ikweze, he said that Christmas carol and other gatherings during the Yuletide season were capable of becoming super spreaders of COVID-19, and hence the need for Nigerians to avoid them as much as possible. Now, we've had kind of reacted to these statements, and Nigerians have been reacting to it. That they've been going to churches since after the lockdown has been relieved, and people have been allowed to go to churches, and they've been following the COVID-19 protocols without anything happening, and saying that they will Christmas carol might actually not be able to hold another gatherings like the Boxing Day and all that because of the COVID-19 pandemic itself spreading. Now, people have been reacting to it negatively. I would like to get your reaction to this. What do you think about it?
My problem with Nigerian manager of Christianity is that we are doing cut and paste solution. We copy from UK, we copy from US, we copy from other jurisdictions to solve the problem. They are not thinking inward. They are not thinking of the peculiarity of our country. Like people have said, people have been going to church, people have been attending the market, people have been in schools, have been in the office. And what changed? What's the difference between holding a Christmas carol and going to a church service? What's the difference? It's the same people, the same environment. So I think they were trying to, in the UK, for example, they have Taiwan tier 2 lockdown. And I think that's what they are trying to adopt. They are just doing a cut and paste, borrow a method and just want to literally implement it here. It cannot work. We should look at our peculiarity and advise people, as long as people have been going to church, as people have been going to the market or other places, just what they need to do is to enforce the compliance with the protocol and we'll be okay. I think they are just being unnecessarily agitated over nothing.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Oludare Mayowa, financial journalist, author, and activist, former business editor of the Old Daily Times and Business Times. Thank you for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Before then, I think we should take Mr. and Mrs. This morning, Mrs. has something interesting to say, and she says, "Why should men be in control in marriage? Why not women?" And Mr. replies and says, "Men who believe they are in control in their homes are fools. They can only give others. Women have the remote control." What do you think about it?
It's just so funny what both of them are saying.
But then women really do have the remote control.
But of course, that's
you know how they say, you want something done, you ask a woman.
Go through the wife.
Yes, that's just what it is.
Okay.
Alright, I think that's all we can take this morning. Remember that you can equally like, share, and subscribe on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. As well as you can find out up-to-date stories, you can go on our website www.vanguardndr.com and find out more of our top stories. Until we come your way next time, I remain Precious Chukudi, and I have with me my co-host
Damlola Ogunshaki.
Thank you for watching and have a fabulous day.